Good morning, children. Today we are going to do the dissection of a complete flower, hibiscus. Hibiscus is a complete flower because it has all the four parts. So today we are going to learn the four parts of a flower. You can see this flower has a stalk, pedicel. The stalk of a flower is called a pedicel, by which it is attached to the stem. Some flowers are stalkless, there is no pedicel, they are directly attached to the stem. But hibiscus has a long stalk or a pedicel. You don't have to say when you talk about the four parts of the flower. Then which are the parts of a flower? You can see at the base of the flower there is a green color cup shaped part. Here it is cup shaped. Different flowers are different shapes of these green colored part. This green colored part is known as calyx. Calyx is made up of the individual unit sepals. Here 5 sepals are there. I am going to take out the sepals and show you. I am going to cut the sepals. These are the sepals which make calyx. In case of hibiscus, there are 5 sepals. These sepals' function is to protect the flower when it remains as a bud. After that, the sepals' function is over. So it remains as a temporary part at the base of the flower. Here. Now let us move to the larger colorful parts which make the flower beautiful and attractive. I am going to remove these parts. These are petals. These petals are also arranged in whorls or rings. These 5 petals make corolla. So the corolla is the most attractive and colorful parts of a flower. Hibiscus is a day blooming flower. That is why they are brightly colored. You might have seen fragrance producing flowers. Jasmine, night blooming flowers. They are generally white or light in color so that it is seen in darkness. What is the function of corolla, the beautiful part of the flower? To attract the insects. Insects are attracted by the fragrance and the nectar. Generally, insect pollinated flowers are beautifully colored, attractive, and they have larger petals and they produce nectar. You know already, nectar is a sweet fluid which is seen in the flowers. So, attracted by the nectar and the fragrance, the insects are coming to the flower and help in the pollination. So, calyx and corolla are the temporary parts of the flower. Now, what is left over in the flower? This is the reproductive parts of a flower. This is a bisexual flower. So, we are going to dissect the reproductive parts of a flower. I am going to remove. Look at the female part of hibiscus flower. This is slitted and removed from this part. This part is known as ovary. This is the ovary. This swollen part at the base is known as ovary, and this tube-like part, this part is known as style, and the top, the lobed part in hibiscus, this is the stigma. These three parts together make the female reproductive organ of a flower, which is known as pistil or carpel. Pistil or carpel. Pistil or carpel is the female reproductive part of a flower, which has three parts: ovary, style and stigma. Ovary is the base, which is the swollen portion, and this is the style, the long tubular part, and this is the tip, that is stigma. Here in hibiscus it is lobed, whereas in guava you can see this kind of a stigma is seen. This is the shape of the stigma in a guava flower. Now let us move towards the male reproductive part. You can see here this part was slitted and shown this. So now you can see around the style, these are filamentous parts. These individual units are stamens. This is one stamen. Can you see? This is one stamen. Like this, a cluster of stamens are seen growing around the style. Stamen has a filamentous part. See the stalk-like part. This is the filament of the stamen, and here is a knob-like part that is known as anther. So stamen is made up of two parts, filament and anther. The stalk-like part and a knob-like part. This part is the filament, and this knob-like part is known as anther. The anther has powdery pollen. So stamens are the male parts, whereas pistil or carpel is the female reproductive parts of a flower. In hibiscus, both male and female parts are seen in the same flower. That's why this flower is a bisexual flower, hermaphrodite, that is bisexual organisms. Here the flower has both male and female parts, whereas some flowers like watermelon, papaya, these flowers are unisexual flowers. The flower has either male part or female part. Male flowers and female flowers are separate, whereas in hibiscus, both male and female parts are seen in the same flower. As I told you, stamens are the male parts and pistil is the female part. A whorl of stamens. Some flowers have more than one stamen. Like hibiscus, you have seen a cluster of stamens. The stamens cluster make androecium. Like that, if more than one pistil or carpel is there in a flower, you call it gynoecium. A cluster of pistil makes gynoecium and a cluster of stamens make androecium. So androecium and gynoecium are the reproductive parts of a flower. I think the parts are clear to you. Once again, sepals make calyx, petals make corolla. Sepals protect the flower bud. Petals, which make corolla, attract the insects for pollination. Since the sepals and petals have no role after that, they are the temporary parts. Now we are going to talk about the reproductive parts. The female part, pistil or carpel, and stamens, male parts. Pistil has three parts: ovary, style, stigma, whereas male part stamen has two parts: filament and anther. Inside the anther, pollen grains are seen. If pollen grains, the male reproductive cell, is seen inside the anther, where is the female reproductive cell, egg or the ovum, seen? It is seen inside the ovary. Let us see inside the ovary. We can see the very small seed-like parts inside the cut ovary. These small seed-like parts inside the ovary are known as ovules. These all are ovules. Look here. These ovules, this ovule has egg cell. We are going to learn it in detail afterwards. So that's all about the parts of a flower. Now look at the base of the flower. So this was the place of ovaries. Let me remove the ovaries also. Now look at the top of the stalk. There is a cushion like part on which sepals arranged in whorls, petals arranged in whorls, and a female reproductive part, that is the ovary was also situated on this. This cushion like part which is supporting the entire floral parts is known as thalamus or receptacle. So that's all about the parts of a complete flower. Thank you.